This is probably one of the most important videos or presentations that I ever put together, because this will change the dynamics of your entire life as a man, where you stand in your kids' lives, especially if you're in a toxic relationship with an abusive female that is always swearing, cussing, is physically or emotionally abusive towards you, towards your kids. This is some of the most important information that you may receive from anyone. The most important part of this, though, would be to actually implement this type of information in your life and put it into practice. Unfortunately for me, I didn't implement this type of information that was delivered to myself by a friend of mine, a YouTube colleague by the name of Wardrum's Fire. Wardrum's Fire warned me, and he pretty much told me when I was still in the relationship to get the kids and get out of that relationship, because all hell's gonna break loose. And me feeling sorry for my ex and going through what's known as Stockholm Syndrome, even though she was the abuser, I thought she'll get better. She was receiving therapy via a psychologist. I stuck around, and what do you know? I'm at work, I come home, finish the day, I come home to an empty house. Pretty much domestic theft was committed against myself by my ex. She took the kids, went to the police, and the rest is history, and I'm going through family court and what have you. Now, had I taken that advice by my brother, Wardrum's Fire, I wouldn't be in this predicament. So it is entirely up to you as a man, as a father, to do what you want to do. But remember, if you don't follow through with this type of information, you may regret it, and I personally believe you will. I regret not doing that. At the end of the day, it's your prerogative. Now, if you have children, you should be extremely careful. Very, very careful. If you don't have children, you can just leave. Plain and simple. Your collateral damage is going to be a lot less. Walk away. Don't wait for her to change the locks. When she's gone, just take your shit and leave. But if you've got kids, it's a completely different scenario, because for the female, in her eyes, especially in a country like Australia, the kids are an asset to her. As long as the kids are around, the government, the state, will be paying her money to look after the kids. And as the big picture goes, you as a man will be the resource. They will be targeting you to extract your wealth, because no matter what they say, at the end of the day, men are the breadwinners. Common sense logic will always prevail. So even if your partner is seeing a psychologist, as my ex was, do not think that they're going to the psychologist to get treatment, especially if they are a toxic partner. If you're seeing red flags in the mother of your children, or child for that matter, don't think that she's going there to actually get help. If you think that she's getting help, well, you're pretty much just sitting on a time bomb, and that bomb will explode at a time that you will not expect. And when it backfires, and it will, you will probably end up being a statistic, which hopefully you do not. Most of the time when these females are seeing psychologists, they are seeing female psychologists anyway. So you should understand the herd mentality here, where even if a female is abusive and she's being diagnosed with something like borderline personality disorder, these female therapists will be explaining to your partner, your female partner, that they need to come up with an exit strategy, plan, plot, and leave you. Take the kids and leave you, the father of your children. So don't be waiting around like the dumb silly ass that I was, waiting around thinking that she's going to get better, because That's not going to happen. What you need to do is you need to, if you are in this scenario, you're the one that needs to right now come up with an exit strategy. You're the one that needs to leave and initiate first. There are a lot of benefits when you're the one that initiates taking the kids, putting them in a safe place, making them safe, making sure that they're away from this abuse. Because when they're in a safe place and you're in a safe place, you and they will be in a healthy environment. One of the benefits is they are going to be in a healthy environment. Another benefit would be for you is that the children will stay with you. As a man, we understand that statistically speaking, that most people that are in prison have come out of an abusive home, and a lot of people will tell you, and this would be based on fact, and if someone wants to put up a comment, I'll do some research myself. I will actually either put links to these facts in the description bar, or even make a separate video to show you that a lot of single mothers produce very bad kids. A lot of mothers that are on their own, a lot of kids that don't have fathers in their lives end up being toxic themselves. So this is a benefit within itself as a father. If you were the one to initiate leaving the mother, taking the kids away from the mother and making them safe. This is a very important video, guys, because if men start to implement these type of actions, the dynamics of society can change, believe it or not, because even legislation will probably end up getting changed due to the fact that females are the majority, and they're the ones that play an important role with regards to whom the government likes to appease, because the government's always pursuing votes. So another benefit is any false allegations that the mother makes, and she most definitely will take months or even years to be contested in the family court. And these false allegations will be meaningless, as opposed to her making false allegations whilst the children are with her. This will destroy your chances of being a father to your children. Now, what is a father? I mean, at the end of the day, you could have children roaming on the surface of this planet, but you're not partaking or participating in their lives. Is this the type of father that you want to be? One of the very first things that the family court affidavits will state is that you have the responsibilities. You have equal responsibility as a parent as the mother does. If the kids are with her, you have equal responsibility, but you will have no authority. So their identity, when you're not around in their life or their lives, will be made up of only what the mother projects to them. Now, if you want to be involved in their life properly, as a father should be, then you need to initiate taking the kids away from the mother and making them safe first. Now, someone's going to lose, most definitely, especially in a situation that is volatile and is toxic. Now, it's either you or the mother. If she takes the kids, she's going to take everything, and she will most definitely crush you. She will throw you under the bus. She will throw you under the bus. She will make false sexual allegations, whether it be false allegations that you've done something to the kids, or false allegations of a sexual nature that you have done something against her. And all this will make things slower in the family court. Is this what you want to go through? Do you want to be ripped apart against your will, ripped apart from your kids? Is this what you want? Remember that saying, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Now, one situation when the kids were with me, and this actually occurred, and I can prove it via recordings. as I've proven a lot of stuff, because I like to show you guys that this is not just hearsay or making this up, that if the kids are with yourself, even if the police come along and the mother of the children are not there, I'll explain to you exactly what happened with me. You have two cars. This specific day, the children were in my car. They were in my car, and the baby capsules were in my car. And I was being chased around in my local area. I won't say the name of the area now, though. Later on in the future, I will even play you the video and audio recordings of what actually occurred. But pretty much, to summarize, police ended up coming to a scene, and they said to the mother, "We're sorry, you can't do anything. The kids are in the father's car, and if you want to do anything about this, you're going to have to take this through the family court." Now, she started to suck up to me, started to be really nice to me, and you obviously know what ended up happening, because I was such a dumbass and fell for her manipulation. But in the same situation, if the kids are with her, and this is exactly what happened to me in the end, she took my kids and pretty much kidnapped my kids and committed domestic theft. Again, legislation, because they're with her this time, it's the same situation as when they were with me. She couldn't do anything when the kids were with me. She'd have to go through family court. But now that the kids are with her, I can't do anything. I have to take it to family court to be in my children's lives. So again, it plays an important role to benefit yourself as a father to initiate first, get the kids out of this toxic and abusive environment. Legislation is what's going to play an important role in your situation. And legislation, guys, is not justice. Do not think for 1 second it is justice. In my opinion, all legislation is what is most beneficial to the state. What kind of laws can we implement that will bring in resources, to bring in money? These type of rules that bring in money, the cash flow and resources, these laws will be implemented, and we will call them legislation. So use legislation to your advantage. Do not let them breathe. They surely will not let you. Remember, in Australia, on average, 6 men commit suicide every single day. Do you want to be a statistic? Now, you're a father. This is directed specifically at the fathers. 21 fathers commit suicide in Australia every single week on average. Do you want to be a statistic? Now, when I say use legislation to your advantage, if you do use legislation to your advantage and you play the game right and you do what's best for you and for your kids, then what are you doing for the greater community, especially the greater community of men? You're actually helping those men indirectly. And I'll tell you why. Because when you start using legislation to your advantage, you're pretty much using their game, because this is the type of stuff that females talk about when they hang out and they go to the coffee shops and they chill out whilst you're busting your ass at work and you're bringing food to the plate and paying rent, making sure your children and the mother of your kids are all protected. What are they doing? They're discussing legislation and how they can make the law work the best way that it can for them. It's pretty much you or her. So in the end, if it is you have no network except for, honestly, the only network you're going to have is the MGTOW community and men's rights activists. That's the only network you're going to have. You're not going to be able to walk into a place that's going to be directly assisting females, and specifically females. All these brochures and pamphlets that you're going to find when you walk into a police station or Centrelink, or even a family community centre for that matter, are all going to be targeted and directed at females. Don't worry about the mother of your children too much, because the state is there to help her. The state is not there to help you. Unless you initiate first. By proxy, or by default, if you initiate first, the state has to help you. Not like it really wants to help you, it just has to help you. The police have to help you if you initiate first. And even if they just leave you alone because the kids are with you, that is helping you. Men need to wake up, especially fathers. And in some way, I'm one of those fathers that is to blame, because I should have initiated first. Now, I can't turn back the hands of time, and I can sit down and regret as much as I can. I can sit down and cry. That's not going to change anything. That's not going to change anything. Men need to wake up, especially fathers. Do what's best for yourself. Do what's best for your kids. Take care, guys. Till next time.